ち着いてください。そこまでです。やらなくてはならないんです。
Hey folks, how are things going? I'm really glad they moved her release as the first one, and I've got 46, about to be 47 pulls to try and go for her. So we start with Bright Moon. She gets the Moon Caress as an instant skill, granting pledge to another ally while the character goes on duty. Pledge increases damage by 10% and reduces damage taken by 10%. This eventually gets upgraded to 20 and 20 once she hits 4 stars. That's a little bit far away, but if you start farming her memory shards today, basically, she will hit 4 stars before SP Inanna releases. I think that was done on purpose. When Ayishah is in battle, the character triggers Resolve when taking fatal damage, recovering 5% HP, and switching position with Ayishah while they both recover 50% HP. Can be triggered up to 1 time per battle. She only protects 1 unit, but she gives a Resolve and a 50% heal to that other unit. On duty, this is her self buff. Increases damage by 10%, reduces damage taken by 10%. Can be upgraded at 4 stars, cannot be dispelled or immunized. And of course, she gets assist in cover to all allies with pledge, which again should be only 1, so she wants to stay close to her protected target and move together with them. On top of this, she adds 25% of her defense and magic defense to physical attack, and at the end of the turn, when having on duty, heals the character and allies with pledge by 40% of her attack. Again, this is only pledge. She is a single target buffer and protector, basically made for what would normally be considered a hyper carry. Once this thing reaches 5 stars, the first half doesn't change, but she gets a 15% boost to attack and defense, which is alright, but the real big buff in here is the fact that 40% of defense and magic defense are converted to physical attack, on top of the dispels, on top of the heal, on top of the energy restoration. Sadly, the energy restoration only comes in once she finally hits 5 stars, and that's like 100 days of grinding. As for the rest of the skills, Moonlit Shadow, instant, teleports to the target, both the target and the character gain damage reduction 2 and healing received 2. On top of this, physical defense and magic defense up to 40% physical defense, 40% magic defense, which in turn goes straight into her attack. All effects last for 3 turns. The character also gains Moonlit Shadow and Mighty Counter Attack until the start of the next 3 turns. Nice defensive buff, awesome for the counter attacks, but this has a 5-turn cooldown, which is a little bit high. Moonrise, instant, selects 1 location in a cross-shaped range, up to 3 tiles. 60% AoE damage to all targets, inflicting vulnerable 2 and disarm. When she has on duty, increases damage by 30%. If the skill hits only 1 enemy, it deals 120% damage. If she kills a target, refunds the energy and cooldown. Can be triggered up to 1 time per round. Okay, this is fairly big. Again, the compounded buffs all onto magic damage plus a nice 120% multiplier, she may be able to just run around the map and take down 2 targets per turn. 2 kills on turn 1, 2 kills on turn 4. Dawn Moon, Waxing, physical damage, selects 1 enemy within a cross-shaped range, performs charge, dealing 3 hits of 55% damage. When she has on duty, increases damage by 30%. Do these actually go from 55% damage to 85% damage, or is the 30% damage only added to the sum of the 55s? That's something I'll probably have to look into. Moving on, Dawn Moon, passive, when attacking in a healthy state, increases damage dealt by 30%. Again, more damage boosts. After an active attack, reduces the cooldown of all class skills by 1, and the cooldown reduction can be triggered up to 1 time per round. Moonlit Heals in Leader Aura for all Fortitude allies in battle increases attack by 10%, defense by 20. When they're in here, this is both physical and magical attack, this is both physical and magical defense. And again, Leader Aura gets pushed straight into her attack. Reduces damage taken by 10% and additionally increases attack and defense by 8% when the target is healthy. And honestly, more than just a tank or a tanky support, she sounds like she can actually hold her own in battle. Oh, they're doing it like this now. This feels a little bit forced, but let's see. And the first charge. Oath and Oath. I guess this is going to be the AoE now. So once you do this, not only you can recast Moonrise, you can cast another skill after this one. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really damn good. So you can potentially just run her with this AoE, plus a second charge, plus the Leader Aura, or just the charge AoE and the skill that reduces her cooldowns. But yeah, this is nice. They don't just give you a character with a random kit, they actually let you try all of their skills. Now this is for the counters, and she's running with the extra passive for higher counter number and higher counter damage. Yeah, she basically has two very nice builds, and it's kind of fun that they let you try both of them out. Well, key damage from countering alone though. Hold on there. I think one of her bigger problems is going to be just AoE damage. Alright, so how many can I do? Up to 70, possibly, but that means giving up on Afra, and I only really have about 45. Again, Ayishah and Afra were my only two real picks here. I know I'm skipping on Lutfi, who is really damn good, but hey, priorities. Fingers crossed, and let's get summoning. I guess we're going with the theme here. Come on. Again, Moon. Let me get this W. Come on, let me get this W. We're just getting jump scared by rares.
No. Wait.
No, Tiggy. If I had to get a bad breaker, would have preferred a Xavier. At least Xavier would have had a single use in Clash. Iggy, basically a waste of a slot. Yeah, that's too bad. That was also 30 pools, so we're going down to 40. Ayishah. Nothing. Well, that sucks. We can still do like 7 more pools, see if we get lucky. And then of course there's also all the other mats that we can get from the events and the new Spiral of Destinies. That's 4. Upgrade, come on! And 7. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Again, she was the one character I was really looking forward to. 50 pulls and nothing. 77 for the next random legendary and 75 for the debut guaranteed. Well, if I want to be safe for Inanna, I can only really spend like 20 more. So either I sit this one out and suffer the luck of Ayishah, I keep the guaranteed SOC Inanna is going to come home in 75 pools, which basically leaves me a lot more for the future. Oh please, oh please, oh please, dear God, please. Ayishah, come out, Ayishah, come out. Please, Ayishah.
今この瞬間よりあなたのお命を守ることは私の使命となります。
Two new legendaries, Iggy and Ayishah, in a grand total of 52 pools. SP Inanna now resets. I'm going to need 180 for her. Hopefully, again, I won't have to spend this much, but all we can do is wait and see. First thing first, 60.
剣の技に熟達するには
The Radiance Legacy of Comrades, I don't think this matters. I don't think we're ever going to use any of these ones.
新しい
Again, she has two builds, neither of them require any of these skills. Can we actually... Oh, we can actually exchange for 68.
技に熟達するには
This is pretty neat. Moonrise and Moonlit Shadow. The charge I absolutely want. This thing is a fantastic skill. Moonlit Shadow is for the tank build. This might be the first Castalia.
新しい技
Let's start with the damage dealing build. I want to try the guard plus damage first. We're going with Shape of Full Moon. I want to see that AoE damage block. Actively attacking in healthy state. This is for the skill cooldowns. And this is likely going to be the second Castalia. Let's go with Dawn Moon first, then we will likely get the leader skill as well. Rank 8, this one shouldn't really matter. Yes, we can go with the extra 20% life steal, so she heals herself up a bit more, even though that will dispel not really that bad a pick. And lastly, we go with Waxing and Cooldown. Lunar Shadow, again, nice, but it's nice for the tanking build. Is she going to eat 3 Castalias? I think she's going to eat 3 Castalias. Now we just run with Dawn Moon, and Dawn Moon. As for her gear, we had 1 copy of her weapon in 6 days. No, while we wait for her weapon, HP, shield, 40% defense, an extra 10% damage taken. I guess she can run with the Guardian's Wheel as a secondary one. For the accessory, again, more stuff that can give her more defense. Since she blocks, Mystery Guardian wouldn't be that bad a deal. The only problem I have with the Shield of Justice is that this one is only 1 star, and it's going to take a very long time until it gets upgraded. The shield is in the Fighting Spirit Astral Forge, alongside the Army Breaking Spear and the Blood Looks Like Amulet. Since I don't have Pamina, I don't have Tristan, while the shield is a great third option, I still have to go keep on buying Night Forge, because my Nocturnal Glow is only 4 stars, Nightmare Puppet is 1 star, and Nirvana is 3 stars. And I'm afraid the 6% boost to attack and defense might be a bit too little. Yeah, 2 star already is 9%, and this goes up to 12 eventually. Might have to gamble a 30% just for the 2nd star here. 25% more strike back damage if you go with the strike back build. As for her turret, Devil might not be that bad a call, especially with the proper substats in here. Again, Devil buff stacks up to 30% attack and defense. Hermit for tanking, always good, 20% damage reduction. Dream of the Magician might be nice if you want to use her as a initiator damage dealer. It should help her one-shot people with the AoE instant skill. Tower should be good for the counter build, but I think you may not even want the 4th skill down here. Something with multiple attack buffs plus some defensive buffs might actually be a little bit better, because she self-heals anyway. Moon's Caress on Luvata. Really nice that this can actually go behind the enemies. We didn't even see this in the tutorial. Well, she doesn't kill, but that's vulnerable too on both of them. Searing Gaze with the damage up.
そこまでこの手の中の火の
She moves 3, then charges. So Duvata should be fine in here.
散りなさい
Will this interrupt? I don't think this interrupts. But it disarms, so... Let's see. Okay, yeah, it turns off the alert as well. That's fantastic.
そこまで一戦ご安心を
And come here to take this down.
お任せを一戦やらなくてはなら心配いりません
I mean, I guess it's nice that with her you can just split your party into groups, basically.
そこまで一戦やらなくてはならない
Kind of tempted to pick Moonlit Shadow, see how she works with this, and the cooldown reduction.
新しい技ですか
The only reason why I'm not picking the Leader's Aura right now is because I'm missing 2 of the units I would pair her with. You can basically have one team but split it in 3 parts at this point. One part is going to be her and her guarded unit. Another part is just going to be Pamina, because she can actually hold her own. And then you're left with 2 more units that can just play together. The maps are going to be absolute hell with your units scattered all over the place, but that should still be fairly fun. Okay, let's try something a little bit more hybrid. This way she has Moonrise at 4 turn cooldown, Moonlit Shadow at 5 turn cooldown, but whenever she touches something, Dawn Moon reduces the cooldowns by 1 turn.
落ち着いてくださいほう
First charge, the skills resets the cooldown,
一戦やらなくてはならないんです
but she cannot move, so the second charge only hits 2 people. It applies vulnerable to and disarm though.
そこまで
It's 2, and again it's instant, so she gets to attack as well. And back home. She teleports to her target from anywhere, so say I want to do something maybe a little bit dumb, like this. On her next turn, Ayishah should be coming down here, alongside Astra.
片付いたぞこれでも食らえ片付いたぞ決めるのは
It doesn't matter whether she moves or not.
ご指示をお待ちしておりますあいつ
Okay, this is pretty cool.
させませんあいつ
Okay, there's our counter, and yeah, she swapped, so she doesn't let Astra her own. That's the one thing that I'm feeling a bit weird about. Because if it's any other unit, any other movement 3 unit, that means these 2 will be always in range. But if you run on Astra, this thing moves 5. She just can't keep up. She may not be able to protect Astra properly, but then again that depends a lot on the map. Also, Astra isn't exactly the character that requires a lot of protection.
感謝しますはっさせませんあいつをやればいいんだな
And back she goes. This one first,
終わらせてやる片付いたぞ
this one second. Heal no energy. This one third. Up and number 4. Like, Astra travels. Astra travels a lot. Alright then, I guess that's going to be it for me for the moment. Really glad I managed to finally get her. Fingers crossed the rest of the journey is going to be fairly easy as well. And I cannot wait to start playing Eternal Awakening. For now, thanks a lot for watching, good luck with your pulls should you decide to go for Ayishah, and see you guys around soon. Ciao!
Cause he